Hey, what's going on, investors? It's Manuel Cadoy, and this is a investors meeting, right? So this is you guys. Most people who should be watching this right now are people who have already invested in our campaign on Wefunder, and I cannot say, I don't think I can say it enough, but this has been one of the most explosive campaigns I've ever seen in my entire life. And real talk, I am not only shocked, but super hardcore. Just love what you guys have done for us, for real. Like, I always thought that, what we were doing was important, but some of the testimonies I read from the community, when after they invest, they go and give a reason why they did. Some of those reasons really touched my heart, man. They're like some serious stuff, talking about their kids, their grandkids, talking about their own personal experiences. This is stuff that you just can't fake, man. That's stuff that's real. So I am super proud of you guys. Uh, I want to kind of explain a couple of things what's going on because a lot of people invest in our company, and I just wanted to explain to those people what's really going on with our campaign and the status of it. So, without further ado, let's go into the first thing. Right now, I've talked to my people over at Wefunder, and they've said that they're allowing you to see how much we've raised and how many people have invested. So prior to today, you didn't really see how much traction we did. You kind of were going by my word, right? I told you I raised 100,000, and you kind of believe what I said, but you can't see it yourself. Now, when you go to our campaign, you can actually see how much we've raised and how many people have already invested in the company. That's really good because now you know that you're not alone. You've actually joined a large community that's building this platform. So that's one of the first major updates that we have. Now it's visible what we're raising, all right? So you can see that clear as day. We're still going to only open up to the public on next Monday. So next Monday is when everybody gets to invest. But right now, so long as you have that link right there, so you see that link right there under the name of the video that we're doing? So long as you have that direct link, you should be able to invest. But you can't invest unless you have that direct link, all right? It's not public on Wefunder yet. So we have 300 investors right now, and we also have 150,000 raised. Actually, we're going past 160,000 right now. So we're moving fast, very, very fast. We're over 30% funded for our goal of $500,000. I can't even tell you what's going on, man. It's crazy. And one thing I wanted to say was a lot of people probably didn't look at the perks that's going to be in our campaign. Now, perks are bonuses that are not dealt with the stock. So basically, everybody who invested in our company, they're buying stock, right? If you invested $100, you get $100 in stock. That's how it works. However, we have perks, which says when certain people go past certain ranks, then they get special privileges. So one of the first ones is the $1,000 tier. So a lot of people that have backed our campaign did $1,000, and those people who did 1,000 or more have VIP tickets to our conventions for life. Okay, so this is basically once a year we're gonna do a convention, right? We're gonna do a convention similar to BlizzCon, right? It's gonna be small at first, but it's gonna get bigger and bigger and bigger every year, obviously, as our company grows. You get VIP tickets to that for life. And not only do you get VIP tickets, but you also get extremely discounted tickets to your immediate family. So that's your spouse, that's your kids. You can get them coming to the show for like less than $100 for all three of them. And the only reason why we're charging that is just so we can cover the cost of extra people coming in with this massive experience. We're just trying to cover the very minimal amount, to make sure that we don't go bankrupt trying to go and, have a whole bunch of family members there, all right? So that's all we're doing. But basically, the VIP ticket is freaking phenomenal. We're going to have events there. We're going to have freaking all the people who's working in our company for, like, the talent, like other comic creators. They're going to be there doing panels, discussing things. We're going to be doing major reveals for the next year coming up. It's going to be a pretty cool experience. So if you like being a part of that kind of thing, you definitely want to get the $1,000 tier. It's pretty dope. The other tiers are not something that a lot of people are going to be able to reach anyway. Mostly because it's part of like that professional investor type thing, where professional investors go out and they do specific things in order to, invest basically as a career for them, right? So the $10,000 tier is a tier where they get rights to first refusal, and they also get to attend our quarterly meetings at our headquarters in New York City. So that's a special perk. A couple of people have done that, but not many, because that's basically people who invest for a living. That's all they do, right? And then you have the $25,000 tier, which is basically institutional money, right? The $25,000 tier basically allows people to have voting rights. All right, so these are basically people who invest for a living and invest a lot of capital normally. That's why they get voting rights, because most of the time they don't like going into companies where they can't at least have some say at the table. So we allow that at the $25,000 tier. But those are the tiers that are just bonus tiers for people on top of buying their stock. You understand? And that's how we want to educate people, get them special rewards and stuff like that for being a big investor in our company. You know what I mean? Now, I would like to get some questions from people. So if you have any questions at all, please leave them in the comment section and I will get to them in the order from which they come. Well, Shaq B, the convention is not necessarily going to be in New York. It might be in Atlanta. It really depends on what kind of venue we can get and what's the things. No matter what, most of the investors will have to fly, right? We'll have to fly to get to the convention. So we're trying to stay in the major cities, but it's most likely going to be either Atlanta or New York City. Let's see. What else? Yeah, of course you can buy stock. You just have to go to our link right here, which is wefunder.com/Black Sands Entertainment. You put that in and you just invest. We have investors right now in our campaign. We have over 300. In fact, let's go to the campaign right now. So let's go to the campaign. I'm going to pull it up on the screen and everybody can see it, okay? So let's see. Boom, boom, boom. And all right, so this is where we're at right now. All right, $160,000, right, for 307 investors. So 307 investors have already come into our campaign, and we have over 160,000 raised. All right, this is pretty dope. This is the kind of stuff that you want to see, right? And I'm gonna let this play for a second so you can see what the campaign is. Let me make sure that my microphone's on. All right, that's on. So.
Hello, my name is the president of Black Sands Entertainment. For the last 35 years, Hollywood has invested in 130 films about ancient civilizations. Of that, only one was about African civilizations. With over $250 million in licensing alone from Black Panther, you would think they would double down on the black community and make more content for them, but they haven't. In fact, they aren't planning on releasing anything until 2022. That's a huge problem in our community. That's why our community has been asking specifically for black fantasy, black history, mythology, and all that stuff. Anything that shows us in a positive light. Black Sands Entertainment has been one of those companies that's been providing that, and we have a lot of traction to prove that we were doing it very good. In the last 2 years, we've done $500,000 in sales. We've also sold 25,000 copies of this bad boy, Black Sands: The Seven Kingdoms. We've raised $140,000 across multiple Kickstarter campaigns, and we have over 1 million impressions a month on our social media accounts because we're a huge brand online. He said, "We received numerous endorsements from Michelle Obama, the Schomburg Center, Reed Pop, and more. Our traction and momentum are so high right now that we're planning on going into animation directly so we can start licensing our properties, getting our stuff out there so we can sell toys and other merchandise that's very important in order to increase sales, right? We're also going to be developing an application called Black Sands Publishing, which is going to allow people to get to our comic books digitally and the comic books of other creators and manga artists in the black community. They don't have a platform right now that actually amplifies their work. That's what we're going to provide. Now, the team is part of the reason why we're going to have so much success. I myself am an influencer and the writer of Black Sands, The Seven Kingdoms. I've been flown out to multiple conventions, anime and comics, throughout the nation, being a speaker, teaching people about indie publishing, brand management, and all that stuff. I have partnered with Turnus Derat, which is a 25-year veteran in animation. He has worked with Disney, Pixar, the numerous films, did budgets up to $80 million. He knows what he's doing, and he's going to make sure that we stay on message and get this quality up to at least Netflix level, independently without anybody else pulling the strings on us. You can be an investor in this, and we're currently seeking $500,000 for 10% of our company.
Yeah, that's pretty dope right there. We're definitely doing that. Like you said, 307 people have already invested since Friday. All right, now check it out. What we're doing here is I want to go to the grapevine because this is going to tell you what our recent investors have done. So this is the most recent investors who've come into a campaign. This is what they've said. They said, "I saw this product and love it. This company will be successful. Can't wait to see the results," from a brown investor. That basically means that somebody from the Spanish community invested in us over here. I like that. And they said, "I'm all about supporting our community as well as paving the way for our youth with movements like this. We have an opportunity to show them they can be viewed as kings and queens. They are, and I want to be a part of that. And I believe it can start here. I look forward to the growth and prosperity this project has to offer. I wish you all the best, and I'm extremely grateful for the opportunity to join you on this journey. Black Sands Entertainment, kings and queens, black and proud." That's what I'm talking about. And there's more and more and more. We see it all the time. We have news articles here, so if you want to go and check those out, you can. But we really got some cool stuff. So let's go have this conversation about this. All right, Corey Givens asks, "How much stock can one person buy?" You can buy as much as you want. Real talk. If you think you want to buy 50,000 shares, that's entirely your option. Nobody's going to get mad at you. In fact, people probably get jealous of you. Let's see. Oh, see, Savage Squad, that's a good one right there. On mine, it says 312 investors. The reason why it says that is because I haven't refreshed my feed yet. So I don't really see the real-time investor count, whereas you see it in real time when you upload the page. Let's see. What other questions do we have? Oh, and if you're looking, Corey Gibbons, if you're looking for how much the shares cost, just go to the campaign page at wefunder.com/blacksands-entertainment and just look at the shareholder agreement. It tells you exactly how much each shares are. It tells you how much, it tells you all the benefits or whatever this comes with it, and you'll be good to go, all right? Anybody else have any questions? We're looking at questions from investors, questions from people who already invested. If you have any questions about like what's the next play, what we're doing, I'm all ears right now. I'm here for you guys to go and help you understand what's going on with our campaign. Because I know most people haven't even done equity crowdfunding before. You might have done Kickstarters, you might have done GoFundMe, but you never did an actual equity crowdfunding campaign. This is the first time y'all ever done it. Oh, and one thing, what he's doing is right. We need to tell our friends and family. We need to go ahead and spread the word, right? Because think about it. The minimum investment is $100. Think about that for a moment. basically anybody has access to being an investor in Black Sands Entertainment because the minimum's $100. You can tell your friends and family, right? Hey, you need to drop 100 on this because you know what? If they blow up one day, you want to be a part of that. You want to get the Asar toy one day and say, hey, look, I'm buying my property. You know what I'm saying? I'm putting money into my property. I'm not buying some rich Hollywood elites product to entertain my child. I'm buying property that I actually own. You know what I mean? So this is something that we all need to be thinking about. The legacy that we're doing, the recirculating our black dollars into our own companies, right? There's a reason why a lot of other studios never even got the chance to do this, what we're doing right now, which is actually raising capital through the community. Mostly because they're afraid of failure. They're afraid of the cost it does to even get to this point. It costs tens of thousands of dollars to professionally raise capital. But you guys have shown me through the numbers and through the actions that people have been taking on this investment round that the money was well worth the thing, and that black people can easily fund things ourselves without anybody's help. There's only been 2 days and we're going hard. So I appreciate all you guys. You guys have been killing it, and I know we're gonna make history. I know we are. There's no way we're not. We're gonna be rocking it. All right, guys. Well, if there are no more questions, then I am going to call it for now. And I'll be on Instagram. You can just holler at me on Instagram all day. That's fine. You can also email me. You guys have my email. You guys have it through our what's it called? And definitely join our Discord channel. All right. Discord is a great place for you guys to be able to just communicate with each other, talk, have a great time. Join the Discord channel. That way you guys can have your own little forum to talk. Savage Squad, he said, after 5 years with the ROI, do payments start coming into our accounts? All right, so the plan is, all right, it's a good question too. So the plan is, in 5 years after the release of Black Sands, The Seven Kingdoms, the full first season, we expect to go public in our Series B round. If you are an owner in our pre-seed round and you make it all the way to the Series B round with your stock in hand, I'm pretty certain you're gonna have like 20 times the value by then, because it takes a lot of growth to get to a Series B round. We're talking about like a $200 million round. You understand? So right now we're investing at a $4.5 million round. You know, that's the company's value right now. So if he said if you hold on to it and then it becomes a $200 million round, he said that's a big change. Now I'm not promising anything because film industry is kind of suspect. However, with that being said, if we do make it, that's a hell of a return. And you guys can do whatever you want with your stock, because at that point when it goes public, you can trade it, you can chop it up so you can cash in some of it and still hold on to some because you just don't feel like giving up all your pie. It's your call. You know, we might even buy the stock back from you because we're greedy and we'll take our stock back. You know, I don't know. But bottom line is that's where the investment is. Let me see. Let me see if I can get you that link. I'll get you that link to that Discord right now. Let's see. There we go. Here's the link to the Discord channel. So BG says, are you looking for artists in Black Sands Entertainment? Not necessarily. We are looking for teams, but not artists. Not right now. Teams of creators. So basically, what we're going to do is after the campaign closes, right? After our round closes, and we've raised all the capital. The first thing we're going to do is option 20 of the best indie black comic creators in the nation. We're just going to option 20 of them. We're gonna lock them in so they're exclusively on our platform, Black Sands Publishing. And we're gonna work directly with those teams to create even more of their content. And we're gonna be creating cross-generation content as well. So we're gonna have content that's gonna be mixed matched between the brands affiliated with these top 20 creators. After we launch with these 20 creators, we're gonna expand and start bringing more creators in. But we're gonna launch with the 20 baddest dudes in the planet, dudes and dudettes. All right, we got a lot of women out here too, and a lot of Hispanic people who are making amazing stuff, and we're gonna option their behinds too. We're gonna have a nice diverse list of comics, but there's gonna be so much content that you won't even be able to read it all for 3 months. It's gonna take like 3 months to read all the content on the platform. You understand? And in that time, we're making more and more and more content. So we're about to blow your minds. Layla, that is not our level right now. We are in early seed investment. So Wefunder handles all of the information about stock. All right. So when you pay for your stock, at the end of the campaign, you're going to deal with them. They're going to give you the contract. They're going to handle all the legal documents so you can get your stock in hand. And that's that. We are not handling that. All we're going to do is make sure that our books are correct as we're constantly growing the company until we get into our next round. All right, so I think what you're asking are very high level stuff, like stuff for companies that are already public. We are not public right now. We're still a private company. We're just raising capital in the public. Do you understand? But we're still a private company. Hey, Jaguar, don't think that your $100 don't matter. Don't think that, all right? We have like hundreds and hundreds of people who did $100, and that's why we're at $150,000 now. All right, so don't think for a minute that $100 ain't doing it. That's doing it, all right? Because there's a lot of people out there who are doing the exact same thing, and those numbers will always win. All right, we're the number one trending. We're the number one trending campaign on Wefunder. All right, and we black. There's no black companies on Wefunder, man. It's like we're like an anomaly, and yet we're the number one trending. And the reason for that is just simply because you guys take action. You take action. Even if you only have $100, you say, you know what? I'm gonna spend this $100 on Black Sands. I ain't gonna do it. So that's why we winning. Lacey, just go to our campaign. That is wefunder.com/blacksands entertainment. Okay, this one right here. I'm giving you a link again. Layla, we do not offer anything. It's all handled by Wefunder. Wefunder will handle all the accounting issues. So if you need receipts or write-offs or anything like that, Wefunder does this stuff all the time. They will handle any inquiries you have. It's not expected of us to be able to do 400, 500, 600, or even 1,000 investors, documentation. That's why we use the platform to simplify it, not only for the users, but also for ourselves, right? We don't want to have legal jeopardy, so we simply allow them to do it. CJ, technically you can, because what happens is this. In the shareholder agreement, it says that you cannot sell your shares to anyone, right? And that's what you're trying to do. You're basically buying the shares and then giving them to someone else. However, if you simply request from us that you want to transfer your shares to a friend or family member, right? And there's no transaction going on, we will allow that to happen because that's considered just keeping it in the family. You know, we just don't want people buying a whole bunch of stock from us and then selling it to Harvey Weinstein or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So we try to protect our brand, right, by making sure that people don't just sell it to whoever the heck they feel like. But if it's friends and family, I don't care at all. You know. Cosmic Thoughts, how long will this be? I really don't know because we've done over 150,000 in 2 days. So I don't know how long this is going to last, but the second we hit $480,000 collected, we're done. Campaign's over. So that might be a week, that might be 2 weeks, that might be 3 months. I have no clue. But judging by the pace, I don't think it's going to be that long. Let's go. Savage Squad asked, when will Maury's Family Adventure and Cosmic Girls be available to invest in? What I suggest you do is look at the story section of our Wefunder page and just scroll down that. Maury's Family Adventures and Cosmic Girls is in the current production slate. So what you're investing in is all 3 IPs. We're making pilots for all 3. All right? So they are a part of this fund. All right? So don't think that it's not. They're definitely all in the budget. Let's see. Craig says, when do you project full animation instead of a slideshow animation? Well, basically that's what this is for. So we didn't hire. We partnered with Turnus Derat, and all he does is Pixar films and stuff like that. Pixar, Disney, Braun, everything else. That's all they do is 3D animation, and that's what we're moving into now for Black Sands, The Seven Kingdoms, Maury's Family Adventure, and Cosmic Girls. Although Cosmic Girls are probably going to do 2D animation, just because I think it fits that art style more. You understand? So that's going to be in the winter of 2020, all right? So next Christmas. Basically, when Christmas comes, we should have all these things done and released by then. What percentage of stock? I don't think anybody should ever consider. I don't think nobody should ever think in terms of percentage, right? Because when you think of percentages, it can be a really, really tiny percentage, and you're like, oh man, that's hardly anything. But when you think of it as $100 in stock, it's $100 in stock, right? It's different because that means that I have $100 in stock. And if the company value goes up 5 times higher in 2 years, right? Then your $100 in stock is now worth $500 in stock. Do you understand? So always look at it from that perspective. If you look at it from a percentage perspective, it's not going to help you at all. You need to look at the numbers. If you buy $100 in stock and then it's worth $500 in stock in 2 years, you've had like a 400% increase. Let's see what else. Collab with Aaron McGruber. The guy doesn't talk to me. Nobody talks to me in the industry, all right? These guys have their own things. They do their own circles, and they have their own connections. There's very little movement between the industry and people in the independent space. So people tell me all the time, take this to Tyler Perry Studios. Call up Netflix. Collab with Aaron McGruder. And I'm like, I can't even talk to these people. You know, what's the point? My whole business plan is not involving them at all. The whole business plan relies on us being able to do it ourselves. You know, like the whole business plan. Every single part of our business plan is independent productions with all of the ownership belonging to us. And then We make all the money when it's successful. All right? Yes, Shaq B, that is the right answer right there. We're trying to get the pilots so we can show clear as hell that we have demand for our products, that they're amazing, that they're winning awards, and then we're going to fund the entire production. Black Sands is going to be the most expensive production, and you're looking at no less than $30 million. That's just how much it's going to cost. When are you guys coming to Georgia? Probably Dragon Con. We go to Dragon Con every year, so we'll probably be there. That's for sure. But I think that's the only planned move to Georgia this year is Dragon Con. So catch us there. All right, guys, I am done for the night. Thank you so much for coming to this meeting, and we'll holler at you later on.